Hey guys, welcome back to Some Light Talk. I'm one of your hosts, Alex.
I'm Xavier, and we got a special guest today, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Lifelong friend here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We
lifelong
wanted to-
friend. I've known him since middle school,
Yeah, like
sixth
sixth
grade.
grade, yeah, end of sixth grade.
End of sixth grade.
Yeah.
We know Jimmy since elementary.
Because
Diaper era.
I guess
diaper
people don't really
era.
know that I went to a different, like elementary school, kindergarten, and all
You
that,
did, huh?
like district than these guys. And then my family, we all moved to this Cupertino district. I guess it's Cupertino or Santa
Yeah.
Clara.
Santa
whatever.
Santa Clara.
Santa
Santa
Clara
Clara
School
district, I
District.
think.
Yeah.
And then and then I just met. That's how I met all these guys from middle school, and the rest is history.
Lives,
you
bro.
know.
Come on. Now we're here.
But yeah,
Now you subscribe.
you want to
dude-
tell the fans a little bit about yourself, though?
Oh
Jimmy?
yeah, just a bit of a problem,
Just a unit, honestly.
Yeah,
Just a
you know,
unit.
I've known this guy since preschool.
Yeah, prelude,
And then
preschool.
we all went to middle school together, and then end of 8th grade, he got booted from our crib.
Yeah,
had to move to
the great
Manteca.
disconnect.
Yep, it was like an hour
That's right.
away, so it was pretty rough.
When you moved?
It was like end of 8th grade, right?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, because you weren't with us for high school.
Basically, the guy was like, "Hey man, I want my son to live in this house now, but technically I can't kick you guys out for that reason. So rent is now $5,000 a month. Good luck."
Damn.
And
So
we're
he
like,
pretty much
bro,
like-
we're like, bro, we can't do that. And he's like, "Oh, is what it is." Well, and 8th grade ends in 2 years, 2 months.
yeah.
Can we at least like stay? And he was like, "No." So yeah, I was living with my grandma, bro, like
Yeah.
on our
That's
floor next to our bird.
Do you still have family
Damn.
like here or nah?
Well, yeah, but it's like my mom's cousins and stuff, people I never met.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
distant
Yeah, yeah.
relatives, all that. That's crazy, though. I didn't know you were, like, struggling out for too
Yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
trying to finish
Dude,
the school year, bro.
Mr. Davenport, bro, I got an F in the last like quarter of English because
Yeah.
I didn't have access to a computer.
Yeah.
I had no home.
Yeah.
And so he was like, pulled me aside the last day. He's like, you got an F. He's like, I know you're a good student. I don't want you to be lazy. Because that's what it really looks like. I don't want you being lazy in life. And I was sitting there like,
Mr.
you don't even
Davenport,
know.
I'm homeless.
Yeah, you don't even know,
Just
bro.
put a hand
Like,
on his shoulder and be like, I'm actually homeless.
Yeah,
I've been homeless the last 2 months.
Did you
Thank
tell him?
Mr. Davenport.
No, bro.
Oh, you
I
didn't
was
know?
just like,
I would have told him. Like,
I would have been like, Mr. Davenport, I'm homeless.
yeah.
I don't
Because
have
he's
a
going to be
home.
like, damn, Child Protective Services.
No, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like,
true,
Mr.
true,
Temper,
true.
I'm not trying to believe. I'm just, we had my family. We had like a little.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in between houses
No,
right now.
We
I was
literally
just
don't
like-
have a house at the moment.
I was like, you know what, man? You can think whatever you want, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, it was last day of school too, right?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
oh, bro,
yeah.
who cares about Mr. Davenport?
Dude, that time, bro, after school, I'd go to my grandma's, like, maybe get something quick to eat, and I'd straight to the baseball field. I was literally like an hour and a half early for baseball every day.
Right.
That was when we played at the high
Yeah.
field, too. So I was literally just out there. Mr. Bongo would come by, go hide Lions. And I was like,
I'm like, it's not even bro.
it's not pride, but it's okay.
We don't got a baseball team, Mr. Bongo. Imagine all those years Mr. Bongo thought we had a baseball team, and it was the local little league.
Literally, bro.
Dude, that guy was the best teacher.
I
ever.
love
I know,
Mr.
shout
Bongo.
out, bro.
He's
Shout
honestly,
out.
shout out
Mr.
Mr.
Bongo.
Bongo.
Hope you're
He
doing
got like
well.
Teacher of the Year, like
He's
science.
still here?
No, not
Oh.
recently. Like when we were there, he got Science
Yeah.
Teacher of the Year.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's a legit scientist.
Yeah.
Like I love that guy.
We love
That's
that. We love to
I
hear it. We
I
love to hear
thought
good
we had a
people get
baseball team.
awards.
Yeah.
Go Highlights.
Go hide Lions, baby.
Oh my god! It says like Tri Cities. Like,
Yeah, and he didn't piece it together. He was over here cutting the trees for his little
Oh,
silkworms.
the silkworms. It's getting worse.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
dude, those were sick. Did you guys ever get any of the silkworms to take home?
Nah.
I think I
Bro.
got one.
I always would take them home. And I like had a big operation.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I would have so many silkworms and like silk moths and all that. They were chill, bro. I like silkworms.
Yeah,
They were
because we
chill.
did the ecosystem thing in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned about like the ecosystem and like I don't know. I think Mr. Bongo just likes silkworms
I think so.
because I was like, why silkworms? Is that like an industry standard? I don't think so.
Yep. Hey, all the science teachers had their go-to thing. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Mrs. Woolley had the we're making ice cream. You know what
Oh,
I mean? Put the
yeah,
salt in
yeah,
there.
true,
You know, that was their
true.
thing, you know?
They always got like
Yeah.
their little like staple, like their like oh yeah
We're going to do
we
this.
do this we do this.
Mr. Gory.
No, for real. I remember what's her name? Olga.
Olga?
Miss Nikita. Miss Nikita.
Oh.
I don't think I had it.
Yeah, what's it called? I think her staple was for like when we learned about human growth and development. I don't know, you didn't.
No, yeah.
When we did it, you missed out, Jimmy. It was crazy. What we learned about STDs is that we all got a glass of milk, and she put like invisible dye, like that would only like be seen in a black light, and a couple of the milk. So be like, oh, this is an STD, and they're like, you guys can now go around and give each other milk.
milk,
yeah, like whoever you want, as much as you want.
How many of these kids got infected?
I think we all got infected. I went ape shit, bro. I was like, let me get some of you. Let me get some of you. Hey, pour some of me. Like, I was like, oh, everyone, like, just pour in my cup. I'll pour in yours too. And then at the end, she could put the black eye out. Every single cup of milk was like black, and I was like, damn, bro, I got burnt. Shit, I got burnt.
Dude,
bro.
I sat out for like everything in middle school, bro. I didn't go to Yosemite. I wasn't there for human growth. Yeah, nah, dude.
Why?
Just my
Human growth,
parents.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, we did, my human growth teacher was Mr. Ibanga.
Oh shit!
And
oh my
dude,
god!
let me tell you, we didn't get through a single topic because we didn't know, we couldn't turn on the TV for some reason
Oh,
to
bro.
show the video. So like, I remember,
really likes that video,
I
dude.
remember in middle school, everyone always talked about this video. Oh, you're gonna see, the sex video,
Dude,
Yeah.
and then and
It's
like little kids at that time, like, oh, we're gonna see sex video, But
I wish.
I remember I never got to do that experience because Mr. Bond couldn't learn.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to turn on
was a
TV.
disgusting
He started
video, bro.
describing it. He's like,
It
so
was-
basically what happened was.
So
yeah,
it was like a pregnancy video, like of a woman giving birth,
Oh,
and you
yeah,
see
yeah.
the canal and the head and stuff.
That's
coming out.
crazy. Yeah,
It
I never got to
was.
see that video
I was like, damn, bro. Like,
just because the TV wouldn't turn on.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly, count yourself a blast.
No, literally the whole period we could not figure it out, so we just never did it.
Damn, he's like just really.
So I remember
trying
it was
to
only for
describe it
one
graphically.
for one day.
Yeah.
Or something like
Yeah.
that. So like, never got a chance to do it again.
No, honestly, like that video was pretty scarring, bro. I remember like people in our class were just like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, bro. Like, jeez."
There was some wild times back in middle school,
No,
bro.
for real.
By then, I remember we did it another like sex ed thing in freshman year of high school.
Dude, yeah, I remember
That was
that.
with
Did
me.
you ever end up doing one in high school or?
I mean, yeah, I took health.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
but it wasn't like they didn't show no video. It was more just
Oh,
like
I remember we had to
he
put
was
like,
like, hey
lube.
guys, yeah, no, some guy
Yeah, had to put a
some,
condom
Some
on.
kid was
Yeah.
like, can you get
Lube.
pregnant from anal? yeah, no, dude, I remember being like, bro, these guys wildin'.
I'm the teacher. Honestly, for you, yes.
Yeah,
You
no,
Yo,
have a
yo.
view, you're getting
dude, he went
pregnant.
into detail. He was like, so basically, it's right next to it. Basically, what happens is, I was just like, bro, what?
Wait, you guys had a whole health class?
Yeah. So it was basically because at my high school, it was you have 4 periods, all an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right, for the first half of the year, and then the next half of the year you get 4 new classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means quarters are really like half the year.
Oh, so you guys had
know what I mean?
quarters in high school, kind of?
Well, we had 2 halves.
Like quarter
so
system?
Yeah, we had
it was
like,
like
ours was
yeah.
like 2 halves as well.
yeah, so it was kind of weird.
In high
So-
school, we had 2 halves.
Yeah, because remember you would get
Did we? I remember we did that.
you would get like you wouldn't get new classes, but remember like it was like like Gov Econ, like one half is Gov and then the next half it turns to
Oh,
Econ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
how it was. It was.
But we didn't get like whole new classes.
It
though. Was the
was.
same teacher.
It was driver's ed for half. And
You guys
then,
took
and then
driver's
health.
ed at
Yeah.
school?
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
some high schools had that.
That's actually
Yeah.
crazy.
Our school just didn't have that.
Damn, that explains a lot around here. To be honest, there's
It
some
is,
bad
yeah.
drivers in this area. I'm not even joking, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was like a dying class, so not a lot of like.
Oh yeah, it was a dying class at my high school too. It was getting phased out.
So how do you like
Yeah.
even learn how to drive? Do they all like, all right, let's get into a car?
No, bro, it was learn the rules, and that was
Yeah.
it. It was
It's
like
like-
taking a written test basically.
Yeah, so it's like
yeah,
practicing
yeah.
for the
Weird.
written.
I'm pretty sure.
I think you get
sophomore year.
you get like if you do it good there, you get like a pass, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get like your permit. Like if you,
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
do
like
it
if
through
you,
the school. And
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
if
permit.
you passed it's basically you have the written test done. You got to go take a driver's
Yeah,
test.
I think they should keep
That's
that
crazy,
because like
yeah.
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
help
yeah.
like the
I mean,
congestion
to be
at
honest,
DMVs.
most of these
Yeah.
classes nowadays are pointless anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what'd you guys do in health? Because I feel like those health and driving seem like actually cool.
Actually, most of it was like, hey man,
that's
like
good.
diet stuff. You know, I remember this one guy. His name was John. He was like, we were like, write down what you ate in the past like day, so that we'll like, break it down for your like your diet health. And John was like, hey, 3 cups of noodle. He's like, there's no way that's bad for you. There's not even a lot of calories. And he's like, see, that's what you think, John. So you check the
sodium.
salt. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
all
you
the
just
sodium.
had about 4 weeks worth of salt in you right now. Yeah.
Damn. That's actually pretty cool though. I wish we had like a nutrition
Yeah,
class.
dude. Plus, that guy, he was also like one of the PE teachers. He did what was called body conditioning.
Body.
Yeah,
God.
because there's PE, right? Just regular, you play basketball.
like
And then there's body conditioning, which is
like running.
more than running, brother.
just-
It is straight training. Like you're
like
doing
Ashton
you're
Hall
doing
type
yeah,
vibes.
yes,
Like
bro.
hit
The worst day was sled day.
Sled day?
You ever push sled? Like
Nah.
you
Oh,
put
the weights?
you put on weights in the middle,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
grab it and you push the sled.
Yeah.
Bro, brutal. Probably like 5 plates.
Like you
gotta
brother,
push.
move that.
You gotta push it like 20 feet sprint, and then flip it around, push it back.
Yeah.
And then not only, you go back to the line, you just got to wait, good time to rest. No, go back here, walk 50 feet with the kettlebell, turn around, come back. Right after that, do box jumps. Right after that, push-ups, boom, right back into it. Dude, yeah, bro. Well, most of the time, actually,
gotta get the kids ready.
It was the football players
ready for the draft.
Yeah, it was the football players. They were like, hey, we don't have time to like train, like work out.
Just use it as a class.
So we're use it as a class. And then anybody else that wanted to take it did. But he specifically, the health teacher, his name was Coach Hobby.
Coach Hobby.
Dude was a demon.
Yeah, his name's Coach Hobby, bro. I feel like he gives people a shake.
No, yeah.
He's like
he looked like he could run 200 miles on a single breath.
Damn. So he's just shredded.
Oh, yeah. Bald guy, too.
Damn.
So you know he was about.
like Cobra Tate.
On a single breath is crazy.
Yeah. That's insane, bro. That's cool, though. I feel like those are fun classes. I feel like we didn't really have any, like,
we didn't have, like, fun electives,
weird
really.
classes like that.
No, yeah, we had some fun stuff. Yeah. I took cooking, right?
Yeah.
Just, that's a normal thing. But then the second class to that was called Farm to Table.
What?
Which was
farm to table.
Farm to table. So basically, we plant the stuff. By the end of the year, we're gonna use what we planted in a meal. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was pretty sick. Cool. Yeah, we had a big old Thanksgiving. So like,
just take care of plants or your vegetables.
Yeah. But so it was mostly cooking, but the plants were like at the beginning of the year, end of the year. It was like basically like.
Well, so what if like the year maybe like you might miss a day of like something watering and it just dies.
Oh well. It was, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of a fraudulent class. I think the teacher wanted cooking too, but they didn't let her do that. Mm-hmm. So this was basically cooking too, but she called it that. And basically we all planted them the first day, and then she watered them. We never came back.
I was going to say, you guys never watered
it? I mean, we'd come, she'd be like,
hey, I got these kids to plant them off.
Yeah. She'd be like, hey guys, you want to look at them? And we'd go out there.
Hey guys, we're gonna see the progress of our plants.
Because I was gonna say, imagine like you plant one and it just dies.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Like, what if they die?
Does that mean I failed class?
Yeah, like you gotta like legit make sure they live.
Dude, yeah, but that class was lit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I got hella lucky because there was literally like old, like I'm talking like paper as the countertop, old burners from back in the 60s,
these
right?
Things have been around for a while.
In the corner, I'm talking industrial.
Like real cookware.
Yes, bro, like everything's stainless steel. Mm. You have a 3-part sink with a little sprayer thing.
Yeah, the pot pour.
I was put there. I
was get like straight up like just the bear out there.
Yeah. Also that same year, she ordered too many potatoes by accident, and so any day that we weren't like cooking, I'd finish my work and be like, "Hey, dude, I go cut up a potato real quick." And I was literally just
eating potatoes.
Yeah, literally, dude, almost like. Every other day, I just whip a potato.
That's actually
salt,
kind of nice.
pepper,
Yeah, honestly,
some seasonings in it. Just
you got everything there.
Exactly.
Too.
Damn.
Interesting. I don't think I even took any cool electives.
I didn't take.
I took 3D design.
I took 3D design.
That was it. We made paper mache.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did like some crafts.
Dude, I don't remember any.
Made a little
one of the electives I remember taking in high school was 3D design.
Yeah, I think I only took 3D design too.
What else did I do?
I didn't take any electives, bro. I don't know what I did.
Welding as well.
What?
Yeah.
You guys had like a whole metal shop?
No. It was just welding. So, I don't even...
Is your school like a trade school?
Dude, I don't know.
I was about to say, because they're like teaching people how to weld to get ready.
You remember at Hyde, like the metal shop, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how like that was everything, you know?
Yeah, like
you were making
forge,
everything. No, this
one,
it was just a bunch of little, like, booths, and it was you sit there and weld.
So it's just welding.
Yeah, welding booths. Literally straight from like somewhere you'd go work.
Damn, just have high school.
Wait, what were you guys? Were you guys welding stuff? Maybe this was like
it was just practice.
Okay, I was about to say this might be like
we weren't even
labor.
like making. We weren't like making anything. It was just practice.
A welding class with high school kids is kind of crazy.
Yeah, like it's like you're probably just gonna be a welder.
I would not trust any kid with a welder.
Yeah,
no,
honestly.
I mean, we did in middle school.
Yeah, true. We did weld in middle school, but it was more like
it was more like, but that was like more like advanced too.
Yeah, true.
This is like just straight up. The class you're welding the whole time.
Honestly, yeah, low key, we had there was a lot of dangerous things in that middle shop we got a hold of because I was at that forge. I was turning that shit on. I didn't even know how it turned on.
I got in trouble. There was 8th grade. I was in metal shop 3. Okay, Ray and who else was I? I think it might have been Chris Ortiz. I think maybe. We're also in their metal shop 2, and so normally kids don't even make it to metal shop 3. So Mr. Nolte didn't really know. He's like, you got to make like 8 projects by the end of the year. That's all I got for you.
I love that Mr. Nolte just would make up.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll make 5 projects.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Dude, I would literally wait until the last week. I made a necklace in one day, made a ring in the second day, and I only ended up making 5 because that's what got you a B or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's good enough for me, Mr. Nolte. But I threw scrap metal in the forge. 6th grader snitched on me. He's like, does this look like the garbage to you? I was like, no, Mr. Nolte. But dude, it literally gets vaporized in there, bro. You know what I mean? I'm talking scrap metal, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No, honestly, that class was cool. Like I was just remember just making around stuff. But honestly, Mr. Nolte did not have units. Maybe units for like the first couple weeks for the new kids, and then after that, if you're like metal shop 2 and above, he's just like, just make something.
Yeah,
man.
just
make something. And I was like, all right,
whip it together.
Yeah,
I just remember
I'd
he would
be
like
chopping it up in there. I'd be like, hey, what's going on, guys?
I remember he would just have us or each day he would make us he would teach us something new to learn.
Yeah, like a
And then
technique.
we would just use that. And then
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
apply this to something.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I want to make a casting.
And then today we
Bro, I never even got through. I took it 3 times, never made a cast.
Wait,
ever,
what?
bro.
Oh,
No, honestly,
really?
I made one and it came out like dog shit. I was like, oh, I'm not doing this shit again. I'm gonna stick to the little jeweler saw.
Yeah.
You know? I was a jeweler saw fiend, bro. That's
yeah.
I
all
like that.
was
The polisher. The polisher.
Yeah,
thing.
the polisher was
I'd
nice.
just be sitting there with my little tech
Dude.
deck board
One person was polishing like a ninja star and in the polisher, and it got flung, and it like stabbed into like
Oh
the
my
wall,
God.
and I was like, holy shit! Mr. Nolte
Yeah.
was like, what the hell?
He's like,
You're
what are
not
you
supposed to
making
be-
over
yeah,
there?
You're supposed to be
Yeah,
making ninja stars. I'm like, Mr. Nolte, your
No,
one
kids
job
were
was to
wild.
monitor us, bro, and you didn't know we were making
Bro,
ninja stars.
I'm not gonna lie, he always posted up on that stool, like on his computer, like for the most of the day.
Yeah.
Bro, those stools are uncomfortable. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah,
bro. That's
no,
all
honestly.
day sitting there.
True. I wonder what he was
loves
looking
metal,
on,
bro.
bro.
He loves metal.
He loves metal.
He
How
loves
did you even
metal.
become a metal shop teacher?
I don't know. Hey,
I don't know.
you guys took woodshop?
Yeah, I did it
Dude.
for 1 year. Yeah.
Oh, I did it for 2. Bro, making
I
the
did for
pens
1
on
year.
the lathe.
Ooh,
Oh my
those
god,
are so cool.
It was
yeah.
honestly, I would do that
Therapeutic.
today.
Yeah, those are so cool,
great.
Yeah. No, woodshop was just such a different vibe from metal shop. Like just the
was.
whole vibes of the whole thing. It was like, wow, this is nice
Dude,
and warm.
well, it was Mr. Woolley was concerned about safety.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what.
Mr.
No,
Woodward.
He was like,
was.
hey, make sure we do things safe here. You're not even allowed to wear like polyester shorts if you're doing wood burning because if
Yeah.
it touches you, it just melts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mr. Nolte's only rule was no open-toed shoes.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, it sounds good to me.
Shoot, he got people getting high in the paint.
Dude, that's what I'm
room.
saying. Yeah, I remember
yeah.
the next day he was like, PSA. If any of you guys are huffing paint in the spray paint room, you will be sent to the principal's office. And I was like, damn, they were huffing paint in there?
Yeah,
I was like, shit.
wild.
Bruh.
The thing is, you don't even have to try. All you have to do is just go in there without a mask. You're
Yep.
gonna get
I
high.
like doing
Exactly.
the Bunsen or the burning, like to draw.
Oh,
yeah.
That was my favorite.
The burning was pretty cool.
Yeah, burning wood or whatever. it's
Yeah, the wood burnings.
called. Yeah.
Those were
But I,
sick.
low-key, I don't really remember what
I made like a
in these
race car.
classes.
I still got the stuff I made.
real?
Yeah.
I think we
don't
still have like
I
a
do.
cutting board.
I got
Maybe.
I got stuff I still use to be honest.
Like what? Like a spoon?
So no, one of them is the thing that like like the racks in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a hook for it.
Oh, I
pull it
think I
out,
made that.
and then to
Oh.
push it back.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
actually really good.
Matter of fact,
I made a
something I made in high school. It was a full nightstand, like full wooden nightstand, and I use it to hold my PC. It's what my PC sits on. to
Oh,
this day.
real?
Yes,
I
Is
know
it like,
what
man, that must be a nice
it's
nightstand,
sturdy. Yeah, and we had an automatic wood burner, so like
Uh-huh.
literally laser. Zzz.
Oh, I see.
Ooh.
So I
that's
have
sick.
a Chicago Bulls printed on the top. Zzz.
That's actually
Yeah,
sick.
Yeah,
Damn, that's like a custom piece.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
sick.
Did we have wood shop at ours?
We did
High
have
school?
wood shop. We did have wood shop in high
But
school.
it wasn't like nothing like from middle school. I remember.
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like no
I-
one took it.
Yeah, nobody took. No one took electives at our school. I don't know
trying to
what was
remember.
going on, bro.
Dude, I remember-
Because I think you had to take one art elective. That was it. That was the only
Yeah.
thing. And then everyone just took 3D design, and that was it.
No, yeah, our
it was just-
our
I'm
school
trying
you
to
had to take
remember, like what
2 a
other
year.
electives we had.
Yeah,
I really don't
2
remember.
years.
2 a year.
2 a year.
2 a year.
Damn,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
really
yeah.
wanted you guys to be
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
well,
People were taking
well-rounded.
ceramics. Oh no, I took ceramics actually.
Dude,
yeah, like
That's
clay.
crazy. That's like our 3D design. Our
Yeah,
3D
yeah.
design was like ceramics, paper mache, and just anything that's 3D that requires
Yeah.
art. You know.
Dude, yeah, I really don't remember anything.
Yeah,
any
it was just 3D
electives.
design,
I don't really
bro.
remember his 3D design because Jeffrey was in that class with me,
Yeah, 3D design was fun.
and me and
Yeah.
him would just.
I had Tyler
and
for
Omar, I
like 1
had
week, and then he got
Omar.
kicked out of school.
I made some sick stuff in ceramics. I have a rain stick,
Mhm.
right?
Whoa.
Where I drew on like you just not my original design, copyrighted. You know what I mean? But like I printed out a picture of Goku,
Yeah.
traced him out, picture of Vegeta, traced him out, and then on the side, little Dragon Balls. and then
Whoa.
rain stick. So you turn it upside.
Do you still have your rain stick?
Yeah.
Because I remember,
I was about to say,
I
that's
do
pretty
remember
sick.
because after you're done with your pre-credits, the next 2 years your sports is counted as elective.
Yeah, that's what our sports are electives.
Yeah, after
So
after
if you're not doing
remember-
a sport, you have to do the elective.
Oh, okay.
no, because
Yeah,
I
you're
remember
after your first year of a
after
sport,
you're
the
done
other
with the
ones are
because the
electives.
pre-credit was only for like 2 years.
Yeah,
Like if you weren't doing a sport, you have to do PE twice, and then after the next 2 years, if you're doing a sport,
it's
you
your
know,
PE
it's your
elective.
elective.
Yeah, it's like a PE elective.
Yeah.
So if you were doing sports, you actually only had to do one elective class the entire time you were there.
Yeah.
Did you guys get like a bunch of classes off your senior year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I only like every day.
They also changed like the way our schedules work.
Like
Like, we
the
only had
latest
4
I'll
classes
go
a day.
home- Yeah. Oh yeah, they just
Because
they're
we
trying
used to have like 7 classes every day.
Yeah.
But then they
That's how it was
switched.
at Hyde.
Yeah, exactly how
Yeah.
I hide. But then they switched it. You're like, oh, you only have half of your classes will be on these days, and the other half will be on.
'Cause
These
remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
district was trying to make it so like kids start later because
Yeah, so, like,
every
everyone's
kid
getting,
was
like-
no one's waking up early.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I
like,
like 7 a.m.
dude, yeah, waking up at 7, bro. Like I'm like, bro, I'm like 15.
Whoa, you had to get there at 7 on the dot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
we,
when school
we had,
started.
we had to get there at 7:30.
No, we had to
Yeah.
get there at 7. I'm like, bro, I don't even wake up for 7 now.
So then I remember our
Like, what the
senior
fuck?
year they switched it to like 8 and 9 or something like that.
Yeah,
see, that's
it was
crazy.
like 8.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So my
8:30?
senior year, I had enough stuff where I was able to get a class off. I'm not gonna lie, I would have had 2 classes off, but I failed Spanish my freshman year. And then, dude, because all throughout high school they're like C, so you can go to college. Get a C, so you can go to college, bro. Yeah, but that's to go to like a university, bro. Not a what's it called? Junior college.
Yeah.
So I got a D in geometry, and I was like, oh, I gotta retake it, bro. Get a C. So I retook it, and then halfway through that class, they were like, oh, that's only for university. It's like, bro, I'm not planning to go there right away, bro. You're just wasting my time.
After you're about to do your final,
bro,
I'm like, bro, what the
literally,
fuck?
But yeah, my senior year, I got first period off, so I started at 9.
Ooh, that's nice.
And then the other half of the year, I had the 4th period off, so I got off at like 12:30.
Damn, that's actually super nice.
Yeah.
No, I remember my
like
senior year.
that.
I think the latest I would like be done was like 1:30.
Yeah, mine would be like 2 or something.
But every other day it would be like 12. I'll literally just go home at 12.
Yeah, I'd usually go home earliest was like 2, 1 for me.
Remember when lunch would start? Like kids would go on lunch. I'll literally just walk home.
Yeah, that's how my second half of my senior year was.
Unless
yeah.
like someone's like, you want to get lunch, and then I'll get lunch and then walk home.
Yeah, I never was able to do that.
But
I always had a class.
during
at
wrestling
12.
season, I'll literally every time when lunch started, I'll just go home like sleep and like eat whatever and like if I had to cut weight, I'll cut weight or whatever.
Were you guys ever a TA?
Yeah, I
No.
was.
Ray
I
was. I know
TA.
Ray was.
Dude,
I wasn't.
I was
I
a
love
TA
being TA.
for my pitching coach. Bro,
really?
he had a couch in the back like this. Every day I'd show up, 7:30 in the morning, sit down. I'm gone.
Like this paper's good. Yeah.
I think Ray was a
Dude, he didn't want me grading anything, bro. Half the time, bro, he's like, "Oh, dude," because he was like a multiple choice math teacher, so he was like, "Dude, I got it."
That's how Ray knows Angel's
the
friend,
Scantron?
John and Cena,
Yeah.
because he was a TA for their class.
What was he a TA for? What's class
Miss
was it?
Gonzalez, the one that everyone thought she was hot or something.
Don't even bring it
I
up.
didn't go to your high school.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, don't even bring her up. I was supposed to have Miss Gonzalez.
Yeah, so Ray was a TA
but
for
my
her,
teacher fucked me over.
and then that's how John and Cena were in that class, and that's how they know
Damn,
Ray.
bro, Miss Gonzalez. No, bro, I was supposed to have Miss Gonzalez. You know, she did AP US History.
Yeah.
I took AP US History. I was in her class one day before the school year started.
Mm.
The next day, they switched her because my AVA teacher, Miss Shasky, wanted me in her Spanish class. So she worked out a deal with Miss Gonzalez. She dropped me. I got in the Spanish class at that. At the period, basically, I was being Miss Gonzalez. And then I got Miss Roush for first period. And Miss Roush did not like me. She did not like minorities.
Oh.
It was just me and Joe. It was just me and Joey in that class, bro.
Hey,
and she never sat us next to each other, and she never knew we were even friends.
Dude.
So what is going on there?
Hey, shoot, in middle school, low key, us three were like one of the, I don't know.
Oh yeah, we were
three out of
unicorns.
those 20 Mexican kids.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
true. That's true. We had to hold it down.
Yep.
DEI. But but honestly, yeah. And then I got detention almost every day because of Miss Roush.
Really? I remember
Yeah,
you got
because
detention.
Because honestly, I showed up late to school.
Yeah.
Because I
almost
remember,
every day
I remember Coach would
since,
know
like,
about
middle
your.
Dude, I remember coming to visit you guys during lunch when I'd have a day off of school, like, because whatever, you know what I mean? dude, we'd go to lunch, right? We'd walk down, and then you guys would be dummy late to your class, bro. I remember, I think one time, like, Phil got food. It was, like, the wrong order.
Yeah.
So they had to remake it. And you were like, oh, I'm just going to wait here with Phil. And I was like, all right. I mean, it's not like I got to go to class. Yeah.
Hey, we get to class when we get to class. Dude, be great
Dude,
if
I
we showed
totally forgot
up.
you used to get detention all
Yeah,
the
I
time.
used to get detention almost once a week. We would have detention twice a week because Wednesday school would start later.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would just show up at like 7 when school wasn't supposed to be on, and then I would have to be there until school starts. Or Saturday would also be another detention, and we would just hang out in the library. And Pete kind of knew it was not my fault, so he's like, "Hey man, like, kind of a bitch." And I was like, yeah. And then like halfway through, he's just like, "All right, bro, you can go." I was like, "I'm only here for 20 minutes. You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, just go."
Yeah,
I
just
was
get
like,
out.
Go. I'm like, "Yo, see you, Diego."
See you, Diego.
No, because I remember Coach would always message like, "So why you keep getting detention?" And he's all, you'd be like, "It's not my fault."
It isn't, bro. Because I was like, dude, I was only like 5 minutes late.
And then Coach might be like, "Stop getting detention."
And I was like, bro, I'm literally getting detention for the most like non-detention things. I'm just late to class. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not smoking weed.
Yeah, dude, Coach Mike would find out
Fighting.
about everything, bro.
I
Yo.
was like, bruh. And I could have had Miss Gonzalez. I remember one time Miss Roush was sick. Miss Gonzalez substituted for our class, and she was like, "Xavier," and I was like,
How do you know?
"How do you know?" I was like, "How do you know my?" She was like, "Oh, you were supposed to be in my class," and I was like, "What the fuck are you serious?"
You remember me?
Yeah, I was like,
Is that how you found out?
Yeah, that's how I found. Because she told me I was supposed to be in her class.
I see.
And I was
Dang.
like, why would you ever say that to my face?
Dude, yeah, I remember another time I came to visit, and I saw Pate, right? But you guys were still in class. It was like right before lunch, and I was like, bro,
Oh,
what?
I think I know. My bad. I think I know why I didn't take too many electives because me and Peyton's learning skills class was an elective.
yeah.
So that's why I never took like
That's
anything
true.
else. Yeah.
Oh, and I took choir.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we
you did take choir.
Yeah, we did
You
take
did
choir.
take
You had some bars, bro.
Yeah, no, honestly, I didn't make it. So like in ours, we have like we have like men's chorale. So
Okay.
basically, if you sign up for choir, you're gonna be in that class. Like everyone's just there. Like from vocal ranges to like angel to like, damn, that guy should probably never sing. Like,
Yeah.
it was just honestly just for vibes. We just belted songs out. We just like talked
They didn't
about
have you have like a show at the
We
end of the
did.
year?
We had shows
Oh.
like every like we had like 4 shows out of the year.
Oh.
So we were always like practicing it, and then we're
I went
just
to
chopping it up.
almost all the shows.
Yeah, they're chill.
'Cause
And
Phil-
then we always talk about like the girls group. We're like, oh, who's bad over there? Because like we have different classes. Like it's an all boys class.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So we're like we're just chopping it up and everything.
Oh, so
And-
it'd be all boys choir and then all girls.
Yeah, so there's an
Oh, I
all
didn't know
boys
that.
choir, that's
Those-
men's chorale, and then there's an all girls choir, and there's 2 all girls choir. It's like beginner, intermediate, and then there's capella
Yeah, I
where
thought it was
all
all
the good
mixed.
singers go. No. So like the boys, we're just the boys, bro. We're
Yeah.
just doing stuff. So, but the highest level is capella, and that one's mixed. So
How many
like,
people? How many people?
I
were in
remember Ray
that?
did acting.
that one's like
Drama class.
yeah, Ray did. In capella, there's like 20, like 10 guys, 10 girls.
They were nice.
You have to like try out to get in. So I was like, I mean, I've been here for 1 year. Let's see if I can make it.
Yeah.
Did not make it.
No,
Did
they
not
were
make
like-
it. But that's how I became a TA. I TA'd for capella because
Oh.
they had 1 extra girl than guys, and I was like, and they always do couple dances. So I was like, they're gonna need me.
They're gonna
They're
need
gonna
me.
So I went. I was like, yo, like, can I? And then get this too. I dropped out of
They're gonna need
my
me.
Miss Shatsky, who got me in her Spanish class. I dropped that shit
Yeah.
because I was the same time as TA.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna be in there. I mean, 4 weeks passed. They need me for the show. I'm like, of course, yeah.
I'm here.
And then they'd take a Hawaii trip, capella, and I was a TA, so I got to go.
No.
It was
That's
like
why I enjoyed, bro.
it was a trip like from different. Because I remember they didn't go to New York. one
Yeah,
time.
so they go to New York, Chicago, Hawaii, and one other one, and they like rotate every year.
Yeah.
And my senior year, while I was TA, happened to be Hawaii, and I was just like, well, actually, I kind of knew it was Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me be a TA. And I was in the
Part of it.
class. I was like, all right, let's go.
Dude, yeah, our senior trip, everybody went to Hawaii.
What?
Yeah, I didn't go though.
Wait, why?
That was
The
your
whole
senior
school?
trip.
Yeah.
The whole school.
No, the seniors. I mean, yeah, well, yeah.
What the fuck? How many people were at your school though?
Like senior.
Dude, senior.
It's
Bro,
not
there
as much
had to
as
been
us.
like, there
Yeah,
had
I
been
was
like,
gonna say.
We had hella
600,
kids.
maybe, I don't know.
600,
I don't
and
remember.
everyone was mobbing to Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
No, 'cause
dude.
I
I remember
remember-
some dude. He was walking around with a bottle. Ding, got slept by a local. Give me that bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's actually hella funny.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he was probably starting some stuff, but that's the story he told.
I wish,
you know what I mean?
I,
That's the
wish
story.
I was there to just witness
Yeah.
that. I remember when we went to the choir Hawaii trip, like the first day there, like, all right, you guys have some free time. I'm walking around, a homeless man comes to me. He's like, you guys want to buy weed or crack? And I was like, what? I was like, aloha?
Aloha.
I was like, damn, I didn't
Yeah.
know there was crackheads out here. I thought this was paradise.
Everywhere, baby.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
honestly, and I was like, oh, cool. I get how it is here. And Sanjay almost died that trip, bro.
Oh yeah, because he can't
Yeah,
swim.
he can't swim, but yeah, he thought it was fun to be in the ocean.
Oh, goodness.
So we're coming back from like a catamaran. Like we went around like this island and came back, and we're coming back, and I see like this guy, really like throwing Sanjay onto like a surfboard.
Surfboard, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I was like, is he? First thing about my mind, he's taking surf lessons. What the hell? I swear to God, I was like, why the fuck is this guy taking
Good
surf
for
lessons?
him, baby.
I was like, damn, where can we take surf lessons? But he looked like concerned. So I was like, oh, it must be rigorous. It must be hard.
Yeah.
So then we go, because I was like, oh, like you mean you gotta paddle out.
Go, Zach.
Yeah, I was like, come on, get on that board. Like I was like trying to I was like, oh shit. And then we came back, and our teacher, Mr. Aaron, he was like so concerned. I was like, what's going on? And he went up to Sanjay, and apparently he was drowning, and that was a lifeguard.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that was a lifeguard who came and rescued him. And I was like, bro, he wasn't doing surf lessons. I legit thought he was getting a surf lesson, but yeah, he almost died. And after that, we did not have any free time. We were like watched everywhere we went. Like, I was like, bruh.
I heard it was pretty laxed over there, bruh.
Yeah,
They were all having some.
Yep. Boom, boom.
Some crazy things. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I mean, when you get 600
Yeah.
college,
Yeah.
high school students, senior trip.
What about after high school? You guys went straight to the college now?
I went to
De
Anza.
Anza.
Yeah.
Community
De Anza for a
college,
bit.
yeah.
So did the same thing happen to you guys basically, where it was like a little bit of college and then boom, COVID hit?
Yeah.
Back
I
straight to
think-
home.
I think I was in De
I don't
Anza
think-
for like 1 quarter.
Yeah.
It was just 1 quarter. And then the second quarter.
it? Yeah, was it one
it
or
was
two?
like 2-3 weeks. Because
it was in March.
And then boom. Yeah, it was in March. So it was like a couple weeks into the like. Well,
No,
actually,
because
did like a
we
month.
did
Oh, yeah.
because we did all
Me
the
and Alex
winter.
had class,
We did
yeah.
with the winter quarter,
Yeah, we did the whole winter quarter.
and I think spring was about to start.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
fall quarter and then it was winter.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how it goes. And then for winter.
Oh yeah, fall. Winter.
Yeah,
oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
we
yeah.
did like the first month of winter, and then boom, it hit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We and
yeah.
Alex had class, bro.
We did.
We had was it film together?
Yeah, we had film.
Yeah, we had a film class.
We did- oh, yeah,
That's the film classes that what got cut off?
Kenyon.
No, we
had to
finished
finish
that one.
it.
We got to
okay,
finish.
okay.
Yeah, we were with Kenyon. He was there with us,
Dude.
and he'd be telling us about the story he's making. I was like, this is fucking great.
I had a film class, bro. Oh, listen to this story, okay? So it's the
just
like
late
the new
watch
quarter,
movies.
right? Yeah, the new quarter, right? So film class, I'm like, oh, this is so chill, bro. Watch a movie, write about it,
Discuss
talk
it.
about it, right? You know, every once in a while, show who I've always been, crack a joke during the movie, see people laugh, observe who laughs.
Jimmy
you
just
know what I mean?
waiting real it. Oh yeah, and then he's
Yeah,
looking
and then,
around, picking the
Yeah,
seat.
no, yeah, because I was sitting at the top. I was looking. I was like, all right, these people. I vibe with them. I vibe with them.
I'll talk to you after class.
Saw one shorty laugh. I was like,
Oh yeah, it'd be like you'll be
Right.
hearing from me after
the
class.
the next week comes, right? I see her sitting down. I sit in the same row, pretty far down. Crack another joke. See her look at me, laughing. I was like, the next week, okay, I'm sitting down. She comes sits next to me. I was like, oh.
Ooh.
So we're talking, da 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 da, and I was like, oh, bet. Next week, it's good. You know, talk to her more, maybe get her number. Next week never came, boys. That COVID hit. Never talked to her again.
That's actually
Gone.
wild, bro.
Forever.
Damn, honestly,
That
that's great.
That's the universe.
That could have been
clock
a,
right there.
that could have been a love story. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm
That
saying.
could have been next chapter type.
That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, honestly. Did
Yeah.
you like do online class once COVID hit or?
Oh yeah, once
It's like Halliburton.
yeah, it was
Honestly,
literally
bro.
like the teacher was like, find a way to watch this movie and write about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, once online class hit, cheat.
Yeah,
And I'm like just chilling.
I mean-
I'm on a Zoom like passed out.
for legal reasons, that's not
I-
true.
I never cheat. I'm not a cheater. I never claimed
Yeah.
to be.
Did
a
we
cheater.
take?
was
I
all
thought we
hype.
took that one online class during COVID too together, didn't we?
Which one? I think we might have taken one together.
Yeah, because
I
I
remember-
remember we had to do we had to do like a lot of like
Photo
handheld like actually like
Oh,
use our camera.
Yeah, we did have to use that. We did like actually like film stuff. It was like a production one.
Mm.
Oh yeah, film production.
Yeah, film production.
Introduction.
Yeah,
or intro
yeah,
to
Did she
film.
should like degree for something like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
intro to film
yeah,
production,
yeah.
And then we had to do like we had to do like a sound folio one.
Yeah,
we had to do,
yeah,
we had to
I do remember that. And it was like
transitions.
yeah, I do remember that.
So when I make my movie later in life, I can hire you.
Yeah, I got you.
No, I actually
That was-
I do have
enjoyed
an
that
idea
class.
for a movie. I'm not gonna lie.
What's your idea for a movie?
That was a fun class.
So
It was
basically, it
You
would.
didn't even get the final. You didn't do the final.
Yeah, I didn't do the final.
It was an essay. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Dude, no,
I was like,
dude, no,
bro,
bro.
what?
Once I knew like any class I secure,
I had a good
secure like a
grade,
C
so-
or a B. I'm like, all right, it's the class is done.
Because
I would grind up until the final, and I'm like, okay, I could chill because I have a good grade.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
No, because like we do all these like you know like I said handheld like actually you use our cameras and we had to upload like you know little films and stuff. And then like the last thing was like an essay like, bro, I got an A. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Alex also was gonna refuse to come to the movie night if it was Love Simon.
Yo, yeah.
We were like voting. I was like, if it's Love Simon.
No, because we had to
I'm
vote
coming.
for like
what movie
the
we
end of the
wanted.
year movie.
Yeah.
And then it was coming down to like
Alex
Love
was the end of
Simon.
year movie, but didn't do the final.
And Black Klansman.
Yeah, a Black Klansman or Love Simon. Yeah.
Okay,
And then dude, there's like a cult following for Love Simon.
Yeah, everyone
and
was trying to go cult.
I was sitting next to Xavier like, if that movie gets picked, I'm not coming to class.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to class, bro. I'm like, bro. Hey, guess what? Black
Thank God,
Klansman won,
no.
though.
Yeah, Black Klansman got picked.
Thank God. I was like, bro, this is crazy.
Why'd you want to see that one?
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure because I remember I just watched that movie before like that class started.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken,
Actually, it was really
I
good.
think I was like, oh yeah, we should watch that. And I think I told because like people had to vote like through
Oh yeah,
votes.
we throw out movies and then that's what we
that
vote
was like
for.
one of the movies I threw out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then
a good movie.
Love Simon got like hella deep into like bracket.
Dude,
right?
yeah,
I was like,
it was like a bracket.
Oh, it was
Dude,
real.
they're like, this
bro.
one or this
it was
one?
real.
Yeah, and then I was like, fuck, it's the finals.
and then I was like, dude, this movie gets picked. I'm not coming to class.
Hey, we won Black Klansman.
And then, dude, you for real? I'm dead.
Yeah, I was like, for real?
100%, bro.
I was like, damn.
Oh yeah, bro.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was hella funny.
That was hella funny.
But yeah, dude, I was kind of glad COVID hit though when I was in community college. I was like,
Oh yeah.
it's community college, bro. I'm not missing anything.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
missing
for
out
real,
on
bro.
anything, bro.
No, yeah, bro. I remember even the few classes I did go into, bro. Nobody talked to each other.
Dude, everyone was just.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed going to like the Anza campus though.
Yeah, the NC campus is actually really nice.
Yeah.
It is really nice.
I remember I went to go see Ed play some football.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember that,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I had this communication class like
Go down.
7 a.m. and it was low key cool.
Yeah. No, I remember I had a class with Cheyenne and Dominic. I had a class with Cheyenne and Dominic. It was like stats class or something. And they stopped showing up after the first week. And I was like, damn, I'm on my own in this class,
Yeah.
I guess, bro.
No, that's crazy, bro. He left the boy behind.
Dom
Yeah,
still-
I was like, damn.
Dom, he didn't finish, right? Or what?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, he has a pretty good job, I think.
No, yeah.
Hey,
works
works
for
for
City.
City, right?
Yeah,
he works for
yes,
City.
sir.
Yeah.
City jobs always good jobs.
City job.
True.
Good benefits.
Good benefits.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
College.
College. Yeah.
College.
No, I never finished. I'm not gonna lie. I was 2 classes short.
For real.
Yeah,
And that's
from getting
close,
associates.
Though. That's
Yeah, I
close.
think online I got to when I was doing online I got to like 2 years of like full online and then
Uh-huh.
I don't know, 1 year I was like damn.
Do you know what it was for me,
Yeah.
bro? Dude, I couldn't pass physiology, bro.
Oh really?
For
Yeah, for reasons. I wasn't too familiar with what they were talking about. I took anatomy, took biology. I somehow passed those. But
what is this body part?
You know the time to come into class where you don't have all your resources.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It was pretty hard to pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey.
Yeah, because I took a break and then I came back during when it was like still like online stuff and I did like up to like 2 full years and then I just didn't finish it. But there's some I think there's a few I only need a few more classes and I probably could have transferred but I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm
yeah,
not trying to spend too much money.
dude, I was literally like,
Yeah, true, huh?
I was like, oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna come back. And they're like, it's been so long. There's actually this other class you got to take. It's like Hispanic
Yeah.
Heritage class.
I had to take a class like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
I did
was just
too.
like, bro,
I did the Latin
2
Chicano.
classes?
Yeah, same Latin Chicano class I also did.
like 2 classes. That's double what I was
Latin
signing up for.
Chicano
What's going
class,
on here?
whatever.
I was like, what about these Zoot Suit riots?
What?
That's what I learned.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
learned. It was like
it
there was
was,
like
it
a
was.
riot in LA against like
Dude, I'm not
Mexican
gonna lie
people.
though, that class, like, it was like a lot of reading. So, like, literally, I was like, that's when Chat GBT, was coming
yeah.
into the movement.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, like, all the questions, I'll just copy paste questions, Chat GBT, and then give me copy paste, send it.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie.
Copy paste, send it.
I've never used any of the AI like ChatGPT.
Dude, really?
Never
No,
one time ever.
There
in my
was
life.
one, like,
Wow,
English
why?
I was on. No, dude.
Dude.
Every essay,
Clutch.
I sent in Chat GBT. Every single essay.
Dude, I know.
I
know
know,
what,
the
bro?
prompt come out. He's like, all right.
No,
Can you
the
imagine
problem
being in
come-
high school, bro? Like when, like I guess now they're cracking down on it, but like right when it first came out, imagine being in high school, bro. It'd have been every day. You don't worry about nothing. You come to school, and all my stuff's done.
Oh, because I remember when
All my stuff's
Yeah,
done.
all my stuff's
Oh,
done.
no, wait. Oh, we got to do assignment?
Yeah,
All right,
done.
got you.
Yeah, I remember like it was like they were starting to put it in for the only the like the English classes, you know, where you do essays.
Mhm.
They were putting like, you know, stuff in there to like try to track it.
Yeah.
So what I would do, I would copy the prompt, put it in the chat GPT, it would make an essay, and then I'll copy and paste the whole essay and put it in a reword generator.
Yeah.
So reuse like different phrases and words, but it'd be like, you know, the same like general thing. Send it in, worked every time.
Yep.
No, yeah, dude, they can't really track the chat. Like, what I do is, like, I get it, and then I just, like, rewrite some parts. I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. I'll just fix that part. Like,
Dude, I remember, back in the day, they used to just throw out, hey, you plagiarized this.
Yeah.
Under no proof at all. Bro, that happened to my sister, bro, when she was young.
For real.
Yeah, bro, she wrote a fire essay.
Yeah.
The teacher was like, yeah.
This
You
is
didn't write this.
Yeah, come on,
And
really?
she's like, what? And she's like, yeah, no, there's just no way. It's too good. So I'm going to have to fail you.
I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, bro. And then my mom had to come in and be like, hey, what's going on here? She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't want any problems. You know my mom, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
No, honestly, bro, like that, like, that's why they used to do, what's it called? We had to submit into that thing to, like, check for plagiarism.
Yeah.
I think that's what they do now. I'm glad because I feel like back in the day, there's definitely some people who failed that were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I do remember that.
Like, yeah, no, plagiarizing. No, honestly, I love ChatGPT, though. I remember I wrote, like, a 7-page essay in 3 hours with ChatGPT.
Yeah,
It was amazing. It was crazy.
Bro.
I would only use it just for like, you know, essay stuff. So I was like, Drew, I'm really not trying to sit here and write an essay.
Yeah.
That was probably my worst. One of the things I hated school the most is doing essays.
Yeah, dude, that's why I do. Like, halfway through high school, I was like, man, forget all these rules. I'm about to just tell a story.
I'll go read it.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the
I'm just gonna
prompt. I'm
tell
just
a
gonna type a whole thing out. Put a couple. You know, enter here.
That's why I like, that's why I always like film, because I like to like, you know, visual things.
Yeah.
Dude, when I had to write things, I was like, I can't like get things in my like.
Yeah, like put it like thoughts.
That's why I was in learning skills, because of essays. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when I graduated learning skills. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I was in there because I couldn't read very well. My first grade teacher was a family friend, and so she was kind of. It was hard for her to be hard on me.
Yeah.
Basically, the way I learned to read
Who's
was
your first grade teacher?
Miss Gibney.
Oh, Miss Gibney.
Yeah.
Miss
So
Gibney.
watch, for example, right? It says Santa Barbara right there.
Yeah.
The way I learned to read, it would be I'd go Santa. You know, that's how I'd read.
Yeah. Like
Everything.
you sound it out and then go.
Every single letter, but it would be A makes N makes You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every single word, no matter what, even if it's like TH word, so you know it doesn't make a T.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would read it like that.
Oh yeah.
That. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I remember I got tested the end of like my first grade year, and I read that whole way, but then I was able to tell the person like what it was about. So she was like, "Oh, okay, so like you understand, you're just stupid."
Weird.
Yeah. And so
You're just weird.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I was in there for dummy long, and then 8th grade hit, and I was like, "Wait a minute, I can read perfectly fine."
Did you ever have to do like?
Wait, you did that from 1st grade to 8th grade?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
They never,
actually
they never
wild.
tested me again.
That's
And then,
actually
eighth
crazy.
grade, I was like, "Wait, can I get a test?" And they're like, "Sure." And I passed through flying colors. They're like, "Oh, get out of here."
You
Yeah.
probably didn't have to be
I
here.
remember I had to do
years.
those like block tests.
Oh,
You ever
yeah.
do those?
Yes, bro.
Like,
Dude, the guy
what do you
was.
see? He's like, what do you see in this picture? Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
see in
Oh,
this
like the
picture?
Rorschach test.
We do that block testing.
I'd also have a thing where it was like puzzle, bro. He'd have a
like
picture.
the
He had a
learning.
picture right here. He's like, you have a bunch of these triangles. Make this right
Yeah,
here.
make this shit,
Yeah.
and then we have to like.
Dude, the dude thought I was a genie, bro, because apparently I was like dummy nice at puzzles when I was younger, and so basically he'd show me, right, and then I'd just look at it. I'd be sitting here and he'd be like, "You can start anytime," and I was like, "Oh no,
I've already started.
And then I'd be like, "All right, bet." Do it hella fast. And he's like, "What?" Usually kids, like throw it around.
Yeah,
what works, what doesn't.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
literally just sitting there like,
Analyzing it.
yeah.
That's crazy. I think that they tried to get me in learning skills in elementary because they also thought I was pretty stupid.
No, yeah.
But they
Hey,
thought I had like
they would've-
ADHD.
three
or
of
something.
us?
Yeah, they thought I had ADHD. Then they were like, "Oh, we should get him tested." My mom was like, "We're not doing that."
Yeah.
And I was like, they were like, "But he's like doing all this in class," and she's like, "He's just an energetic kid. That's why he's doing it." That's literally what my mom said. And then they like took me and I would like count. Like they would make me count bears. Like they would have like little plastic bears. Like, all right, Xavier, count them. And I'm like, okay. So I just go like 1, 2. Like I was like, I don't know what they were testing me on. I don't know why I'm counting bears. It was
See if you get distracted halfway through.
probably to see if I start like stopping.
I know you. Wait a minute. It's a cool looking bear.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, this is weird. But after that, they never messed with me.
I always like doing those testing though.
Oh yeah,
Because they pull you from like class.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dude, I thought I was so cool. Because I was like, I would see people get pulled. Maybe it was Jimmy even got pulled one time. I remember seeing people getting pulled.
It was me and Emily all the time. Yeah,
And I see them getting pulled. I'm like, why are they getting pulled? And then I got pulled one time. I was like the bad. Like, I thought I was a badass. I was like, let's go. I'm getting pulled. And they had me counting bears, bro. And it's cool because you don't have to like do anything in class. You're just chilling, kind of doing a test.
Oh, yeah.
But
me and Emily were squadding up all the time.
Oh yeah,
she was in there for reading and math, so I was only in there for reading. I'd help her out with some math sometimes, every once in a while. I'm a demon at math, bro. Beast.
Even reading better than her too. He's like, I just sounded out weird.
Oh yeah.
Be like, this is how you
bro,
say.
I honestly wonder what she was thinking hearing me read like that, but she. Kid and moron.
She's like, I'm in the same class as it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, honestly, that was crazy though. Learning skills, all that. That's funny.
Yeah.
But
Learning skills.
yeah.
Reading there.
Oh yeah. What? Do you have any plans for 4th of July?
No,
you
remember,
guys
I'll
usually
celebrate nothing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll celebrate nothing.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, it's mostly
Not
just
even the
gonna
birth
be
of our nation.
not even the birth of me, brother. That's
Yeah,
5 days
true.
after that.
True.
I'll probably be working, to be honest.
Oh right. Do you
Yeah.
guys get like holiday pay?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you gonna get it 4th of July or that's
Probably.
Not like, okay. Cool.
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
Because it's
So
it's
you work
highlighted
on
on
4th of July?
I'd assume I work every weekend. Like today,
Oh,
I
okay.
switched with somebody, some
Oh,
girl.
so you just
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Played it hella smooth yesterday. So I was like I said, I was ushering, so I was doing theaters, right? And this girl was doing a box office / guest services, which is basically normally there's box office. I sell tickets, and then there's greeter. So
Yeah.
after they have their tickets, you got to come to me. I got to approve you, basically.
yeah, that's when you like.
Yeah, you rip
Greeters
the
on the
tickets, or you scan. They have online tickets,
Yeah.
right? So, box greeter is, hey man, we're so dead. We don't need two of you. Just sit right here. You're gonna do both. You're gonna sell and rip.
Yeah.
So she was doing that. I walked by. I was like, hey, you work tomorrow? She's like, no. I was like, walked away. Did a theater, 2 maybe. Came back. Was like, you want to work tomorrow? And she was like, yeah, man. Honestly, I could use the money. I was like, manager's right there. You can tell her.
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
you work the weekdays at all or no?
Oh yeah, every once in a while.
Okay, but usually just always the weekend.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite job to do at the theater?
Oh, concessions. 100%.
Oh yeah, that's when I quit.
Dealing
My
with people.
theater job.
Yeah, dealing with people like.
That's
selling
why you quit?
Selling
Yeah,
popcorn,
no,
all
I
that
quit
stuff.
because of concessions.
Or
Bro.
people
Really?
be tripping, bro.
Dude,
like
they get crazy.
Yes,
Especially if it's a mom. Oh my god.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie,
bro.
I don't
they
know-
get crazy.
I don't know if it's a theater thing.
I don't get paid
But
enough for this
people-
shit.
Are tripping at the theater more than anywhere I've seen.
It's usually parents.
There was like a Jesus movie out or something like that,
That's the crowd.
and the theater crashed.
Honestly, bro.
The theater crashed, right? You know, typical. Every
Right,
once in a while.
when he's gonna get crucified, the best
And-
part.
And people literally came out and was like, this is some devil work. You guys purposely did this. You don't want people to love Jesus. We were like, bro, it just crashed, bro. Like,
Yeah, well, we're trying to fix it right
yeah,
now. blah,
like,
blah.
you want a
no,
refund?
bro, yeah.
No, I want to see Jesus. We're just like, I'm sorry, bro.
Bro,
Try to
that's
get
wild.
fixed. No,
Yeah.
yeah, they're crazy, bro. And also too in concessions, you're just like, especially if it's busy, you're just mad trying to make food.
Yeah.
You're trying to
Honestly,
hit up, like, the people.
Here's the thing about concessions. There's actually different things you do. So there's concessions. It's called F&B, right?
F&B.
Food and beverage.
Uh-huh.
Where you are at a register taking orders,
Yeah.
going to grab popcorn, coming back, grabbing a drink, and then for hot food, so like let's say they get fries, you'd be like, hey man, number right at the top, they're gonna call your number out at pickup right here. That's not my job, basically. There's hot foods. He's just whipping up food all day, which is low key kind of easy. You have 1 oven and 2 fryers. You relit French fries. All right. Pizza. Open the oven, slot it in there, wait. Oh, it's done. Box it up. There you go. Easy. You don't
Yeah.
even have to deal with people most of the time. The one I like is runner, which is
Oh, the food runner.
yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, I actually don't even deal with the hot foods guy because he's the one that calls out the number. It's you're gonna be getting this person's order. I just stand next to you. I say large popcorn. Grab your popcorn. Hey, here you go, bro. And then he gives it to them. So I never interact with them.
Yeah.
I'm never whipping up real food. All I'm doing, popcorn. Oh, we need more buckets? I'm going to go to the back, grab some more buckets, popcorn. Oh, you need more cups? Grab some cups. About it.
Damn.
Laxed.
Crazy.
Super laxed.
That's actually way better, because when we were at Icon, it was just called concessions. And once you
Yeah.
get in there, whoever's in there with you, you guys figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's how it was. They're like, oh, okay, like, I guess I'll make food right now.
Yeah.
You'll be at the register. And then that's pretty much it. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, we got to figure it out. And then honestly, the day I was like, I'm going to quit this job, Frozen 2 came out.
Oh.
And first of all, the crowd is little kids and moms. And like a group came in, like a huge group. Like I would say like 15 people came to the concessions. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm not doing the orders. I'm just grabbing the food for like, actually no, we had 2 registers going. I'm getting all of my people's food. So I'm like going there getting my food. The other person's doing that. So I come back with a hot dog. I give it to my lady, and another woman's like, what the fuck? I'm like, what?
No,
What? She's like, where's my hot dog? I've been waiting. And I'm like, ma'am, you're not in my line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm helping my people. You need to talk to that guy about what's going on. She's like, this is ridiculous. My kids are ordering food. Because they, like, ordered, like, 10 mini meals. So it has the popcorn, the drink, the food, everything. So I'm like, bro, I'm trying. And then she was, like, yelling at me. I'm like, bro, I don't got time. And then the other guy's like, don't worry, I'll talk to her. We need more popcorn. I go back. Like, I'm rushing to make more popcorn because everyone's waiting for popcorn. I burn my hand on the popcorn kettle thing. And I took a deep breath. I was like, I'm done with this job.
No, I'm gone.
I was like, I'm done. Like, my last day, I took all the free food I possibly could, and I was out. And because they, like, after you work there for a while at Icon, they're, like, the concessions where you actually need to work. The other places, like, oh, you're slacking pretty much.
Yeah.
So then, like, once they could trust you, quote unquote, they're like, all right, you're just always on concessions. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to be.
It's low key kind of like that at my work, except they're trying to move away from that. So like that's why like I'm like one of the few people that literally does like every single job.
Yeah.
Like usher, greeter, box greeter, concessions, runner, hot foods, all of it. I've done all of it in the past month, which is people don't do.
Yeah.
Usually it's you stick to like one or like 1 or 2. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah, honestly, that's way better than Icon, bro. There's a reason why they went under. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's a reason.
There's a reason why they're no longer around.
Dude, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my theater ain't great either, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, AC's going
I
out.
feel like AMC's are like, they're like the fast food version of like theaters. But
Yeah.
You're not going there for like a.
Unless you go to the one in Sunnyvale.
That's true. The
Like,
one in Sunnyvale is nice.
Crazy. Bro, I went there. I shouldn't say this.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. Basically, me and Joey went there to see the Don to Don, like, first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so we,
they aired the first 3 episodes?
Yeah, at the theater, yeah. Yeah. Such good.
Yeah.
So good. But one of their soda machines was down, and I was like, Joe, bro, I wonder if it's the same code at my work.
Yeah.
To unlock it. And I was like, I'm not gonna do it though. You should do it. Because like I like scan my code to see that I'm an employee there. So I was like, I can't go over there and do it. You know what I mean? They'll know.
Yeah.
And so I told him the code. Unlocks it, and we were like, oh god. The funniest part though was some lady was off to the left looking for like her tea, and this machine was out of it. He unlocked this one. Literally everything was out. That's why they probably closed it down, except for the tea. And she was like, "Excuse me, can I?" And Joey was like, "Yeah."
Excuse me, can I?
That's great.
They probably thought you guys were just working there like off shift.
No, for real, bro.
That's hella funny.
That is hella funny.
AMC, man. Watch out when you go to AMC. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
People be causing problems.
Dude, I don't know. Something about movies, especially kids' movies.
Dude, I know,
It's
bro.
kids'
Dude,
movies, bro.
Horror movies will
Lilo.
come out, no problem. Dude,
Chill.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch came out, bro. Oh my god, it was the worst day ever, bro.
All the
Worst
theaters
day.
probably trash.
So much beef. So much beef.
Yeah, like
between
Karen's going around.
Dude, not even like customer to worker. It was customer to customer.
Oh my god.
There was literally a little brawl, bro.
That's crazy.
Yes, bro. I was like,
I'll see that.
yeah.
Grab some popcorn, bro.
Yeah.
No, honestly, we had a little brawl too at ours. It was like this lady accused this homeless woman of stealing her purse. Because homeless people would actually come to the movie theaters a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like Tuesday, it's like $5. So they come and they're like, oh, let's watch a movie. So like
I
some
would
lady,
too.
yeah, some
Hey,
lady
Lacey?
was like, you stole my purse, and the homeless lady was like, what's going on? and then they had like security come and escort the lady out, the homeless lady, and then they were just like, did you find the purse on her? Like, oh no, she has no purse.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, then why'd you
Yeah,
escort her
why'd you-
out?
bro.
I was like, damn, she came back next week though. Like, nothing happened.
That's hella funny.
But yeah, well,
I think it's about it. Yeah.
yeah, this was a
was
good
good.
podcast.
Good
Thanks for coming
podcast.
by,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Of course.
We're
Hopefully
always
you
glad
come
to
back
have guests
again.
on the show,
Yes,
especially
sir.
new ones.
We always like new guests.
You're always welcome back if you're in town again.
For real, let us know if you guys mess with Jimmy.
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Probably. You do. But
100%.
yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we do something crazy 4th of July. Maybe you guys are there. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
What day?
So-
What day is 4th of July?
Friday, next Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah.
Oh, that's when. Hey, that's when we record.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, maybe we got something come up for you guys. Who knows? But follow,
do it under the
subscribe.
works.
Yeah,
no.
honestly, might see a little IRL podcast.
IRL, a different
Come on,
location.
IRL,
Yeah.
different location. But let us know what you guys want to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And
Follow us on Instagram.
follow us on Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok.
All the socials.
Look at the affiliate link. No,
Yeah, yeah.
but thank you guys for everything, and
Catch you
We'll
next
catch you
one.
later.
Later.